Hey there, it's Voswell Heights. Let's talk about how to increase your productivity by 10 or 20 times by just doing one little thing. Now, I've prescribed this to several other people, and they've all come back thanking me because their productivity has skyrocketed. It's kind of insane. It's worked for me. I genuinely hope it works for you. So this is basically how it's done. It's a little bit complicated, so follow along. But basically, what it is before you go to bed, if you haven't written out what you need to get done already, do that. But at minimum, just read the things you need to do tomorrow. From reading half a book or a cup of ice cream, anything that you have to do, just write it down and read it to yourself right before you go to bed. That's it. That's all you have to do. Genuinely, that is as complicated as it gets. And I started doing this a few years back and realized that by doing this, when I slept, it kind of prepped my subconscious mind for what it needed to get done the following day. And when those tasks came to order and I needed to get them done, not only would I be able to get them done a lot faster, but the quality of work improved dramatically as well. Now, like I said before, I've told many people about this, and it's kind of bizarre because every single person that I've told this to has come back to me after the first day and said, Voz, it's not working. I tried, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, it doesn't work. Here's, because I give them a notepad and a pen to write on, and they give it back to me. I said, all right, give it 5 days. I'm not a pushy guy, but just give it a fair chance. Give it a fair chance. That's all I ask. And if at that point it doesn't work for you, no hard feelings, great. I hope something else works for you. Big deal. So I'd send them back. And after the 5th day, they'd come back and go, holy cow, this is unbelievable. And it genuinely is. And it's the bizarrest thing, the most bizarre thing, because you don't do anything. You just write out what you need to do the night before, and it looks magical in that it gets done at such a fast pace when you wake up in the morning and do what you got to do. It gets done, the quality of work increases. And I found this out just by happenstance when I was in high school. There have been books and stuff that I've read after the fact that kind of take you through what's actually going on. But I found this out in high school. We had to read a whole bunch, pick passages out, and then write a couple paragraphs per passage. And oh my gosh, it was the worst thing in the world. I was a slow reader, and so that took such a long time. And then I had to find what passages, which took a lot long, not even longer than reading, but then I'd have to write the thing. And by the time I got home from soccer, did other homework, and got to this point where I'd pick the passage, I was so freaking tired that I said, you know what, I'll just do it in the morning. And just by coincidence, all I did was pick out the passage, similar to writing the stuff you need to get done. And in the morning when I did it, because writing the several paragraphs would usually take me between 30 minutes and an hour. It took me less than 10 minutes from start to finish to do it in the morning. And I didn't know what happened. I thought it was a lucky day. The day before it took an hour, and now it's taken less than 10 minutes. What just happened? And I started playing around with it, and turns out whatever you fuel your mind with right before you go to bed, it does something with it. And it's kind of along the same principle, right? If you're thinking about, what's that fella's name? I can't remember his name. What's the math problem? I can't remember that joke. And 15 minutes later, you go, oh, yes, 5962. It's Joan. It's kind of that same thing. You give your mind time to process, time to think about what you need to get done, and in the morning, it gets done. Give it 5 days. If it doesn't work after 5 days, then that's the way it's supposed to be. That's it.